just a trend? Will I become the nothingness that you would call your friend? If not, I think I'll play this game again. 'Cause I remember when you said it's the smartest way if all we stay as friends. 'Cause I remember when you said it's the smartest way if all we stay as friends.
Welcome back to the Gfinity 100K Summer Championships. Mr. X, joined by Ink. First time cast with you. Should be a good one. We have TK going up against Liquid Gaming. So TK, obviously, most of everyone at home knows TK.
Yeah.
Suffered a pretty bad loss yesterday to Infused. It'll be interesting to see how they bounce back from that. And then Liquid, they lose to FaZe. But they have potential to cause an upset here. I mean, do I think it's likely? Probably not. But you were saying they're a pretty good team.
Well, the thing about, obviously, yesterday's results is we saw that TK, only just lost out to Infused on map number 5.
Right.
But Liquid up against FaZe, arguably...
Oh, that wasn't close.
But it's FaZe, FaZe, one of the favourites to win the whole competition. And it's really hard to measure how good Liquid are in this format if you're up against the top dogs, because Liquid know they're not here to win this whole event. They just want to place. So it's really hard to actually measure how well Liquid can do. But
when you're a team like Liquid, you just want to make it out of groups.
Yeah, well, 100%. And you know, this is a great opportunity for them to cause a little bit of an upset. I mean, we said about TK losing yesterday. It is going to be interesting to see how they respond, because you see some teams flop after one day or the first day defeat and they lose a little bit of confidence. You see other teams bounce back and they're more determined than ever. So it'll be really interesting to see how this measures up.
When I was in the pro player lounge before, it seemed like TK just didn't have the same kind of confidence they usually do. Like they're kind of talking like, they know they're in a slump. They know they're not playing well, and that's dangerous. I mean, to come in after a bad loss yesterday, you got to come in, kind of put that behind you, and still kind of talk like, "Oh man, like we are not very good right now." Like you can't bring that kind of mentality to a game, and it could potentially be one. But I think this is kind of a game where TK looks like, okay, let's get on track before we have to play. It's most likely going to be Infused again after Infused plays FaZe, and try and win that one and make it out of groups, because it would be a pretty big shock, I think, to everyone. TK doesn't make it out of groups. It's a team you kind of expect to be there. Liquid, talk more about them. Italian team. Kolga and Donnie, two of the players you'll probably realize out of this squad. They didn't play. They didn't try and qualify for champs with each other, so that was different. Usually they're always playing with each other. This time they went head-to-head at the qualification. The EU regionals trying to get to champs. Now playing back together. I mean, those are two of the best players in Italy.
Well, the thing is obviously the EU Pro League that we've got going on and things like that. Liquid were in the championship, and if memory does serve me, they did extremely well. Now the duo is back together, so to speak. So it would be really interesting to see how they perform at this level. And obviously, it's really difficult for Liquid to get any momentum going when you're up against a team like FaZe. But TK, this gives you a perfect opportunity. You're saying about the player lounge, and I couldn't agree with you more. They were asking all the FaZe guys, well, how are they? What strats were they?
They were like worried.
They were literally going through all the opposition strats, like, what should we be prepared for? Should we be scared? And it's like, this is TK. TK should be going, this is Liquid. We don't
Liquid should be the ones who are worried, like, okay, we're going to go home here. Like, TK is kind of, it's an odd spot that they're in, because this is a team that, historically in North America has been one of the better brands in Call of Duty, and they've gone through a little bit of a rut, right? They had like a great start to Advanced Warfare, when they had Looney, they were placing well, and then they started to go through some team changes. They had Parasite on for a little bit, then he's off. Now they bring back Neslo and Theory. Then they had TJ Halley for a little bit. They're just going through a lot of changes in a short amount of time. This is a huge event for them. I mean, they have the Pro League that they're playing in now. They're in playoff contention. They're not like in the top echelon. This is a huge event for them with confidence going forward. I mean, you lose this here, you go home. It's going to be pretty hard to kind of bounce back in the Pro League. We actually show you the maps right before we jump into this one. It's going to kick things off with a Biolab hardpoint and S&D recovery. It's going to be game number 2. Detroit uplink is going to be game 3. Solo hardpoint game 4. If it goes the distance, it's going to be a S&D on Detroit.
Well, to be honest with you, obviously, Biolab hardpoint is going to be a very fast-paced start. Obviously, out of all the hardpoint maps, I'd say this is probably one of the more sub-friendly, so you're going to see a lot of up-close and personal action from both of these teams. Obviously, TK coming into this are the overwhelming favourites. However, they were also the favourites yesterday when they played Infused, arguably, and, you know, they did have a little bit of a choke, it has to be said. So
their Game 5 was tough to watch.
I wasn't going to say anything.
I mean, you got to say something. I mean, we'll go into the game right now. It's actually starting up. It's going to be Theory on the hard point first for TK. But last night, just talking about that Game 5, I mean, it was really rough the way it ended. I mean, he actually jumps off the map with the sniper rifle scoped in. Was not a pretty look. Now, currently, score is going to be 18-0 in favor of TK. And this one just mounding up here. Doesn't look like the guys on Liquid going to get anything going.
Yeah, 100%. Well, obviously, this has been a great start here from TK. Looks like Neslo is just locking down this ice tunnel. And at the moment, you know, 31 points out of a possible 42. That's pretty good going against any team, to be honest with you. So this has not been a great start whatsoever for this Liquid Gaming side. However, rotation come into effect. If they make the early rotation, they set up, then, you know, they could get back into this. But Neslo winning that gun battle there and then winning the second gun battle through Orange Tunnel, it's really not looking good for Liquid.
2 big gunfights right there by Neslo on rotation. And you know, he hits that early, able to get those kills for the team. Should be able to get them the first few seconds on this one. Nameless in the hardpoint for TK. He's going to pick up one, get an assist on the second one. Not able to finish him off. And now you're starting to see the guys on Liquid come alive a little bit, but that is so much time they gave up on that first hill. I mean, TK, they got the better spawn, right? I mean, they spawn right next to that first hill, but you can't give up 50 seconds. You got to be able to at least contend, you know, keep it to 25, 30 seconds, because right now you put yourself in such a big hole going forward. Yeah,
100%, and obviously Theory has just broken that hill alongside Neslo again. Neslo picking up such important kills at the moment, 10 and 5 already, main slayer of the lobby with just 2 minutes gone. Obviously, third rotation coming to effect, blue. Obviously, it's been spoken about so much how crucial the blue hardpoint is, but the rotation, as you can see on your screen right now, it looks like TK are going to be first there. Scrap time is coming to effect for this Liquid Gaming. However, they're not really going to get much time at all, so I would have probably opted to go for the early rotation and get some serious heal time, but, you know, each to their own, I suppose.
You need control, blue. I brought out that mini-map there for a second just to show. I mean, 3 players from TK fully committed to that rotation, and it wasn't like Liquid was getting all of that time over on Eskies, right, as Nameless picks up a big 3-piece right there. They weren't even getting a lot of that time, right? Like, one player was like contesting the hill for TK. It's a huge win for them. You know, you're not going to give Liquid time. You're also going to be able to rotate early and take a lot of the time on this blue hill. And this is really where you make the game in your favor. You really swing it in your favor. When you can go over to blue, you can pick up the first 30, 40 seconds, but it's going to be Liquid able to break it. Let's see if they can actually hold this now.
Yeah, 100%. Well, this has been a great hill break here from Liquid Gaming. If they can wrap up the rest of this hill time, they are well and truly back in this game after a very, very sloppy start. So credit where it's due, and it looks like Duke at the moment is going to go for that rotation in and around this green platform hardpoint, but I think he's going to have to win a couple gun battles, but he does have support here from Peebo, I think it is. I don't even know how to pronounce his name. And as you can see, Duke looking down this orange tunnel area. And right now, Liquid Gaming mounting a fight back. And now we start to see whether or not TK can hold their nerves, so to speak.
Yeah, you're going to see Liquid in control of the hill. TK trying to pinch from both sides. You can see it's one player attacking from the front. It's going to be Sharp. He's actually going to drop by the hands of those explosive canisters. And Theory's just going to keep pushing through ice. And this does not look good for TK. It's going to be Liquid making a pretty big comeback.
100%. Well, as you can see, there's only 10 seconds in it now after 3.5 hard points. Obviously, this green hard point particularly difficult to lock down, but credit where it's due, Liquid Gaming have done extremely well. As soon as I say that, though, Theory breaks the hill away from Liquid Gaming in favor of TK, and now the lead can be re-extended. Headed into the 5th hard point, obviously in Bio. You don't tend to see a lot of hill time for either side, or any side, really, in that 5th hard point, so this could be crucial here for TK to build up some momentum headed into the 2nd set of rotations.
If you're Liquid, though, you got to be pretty happy. I mean, you're able to make this a pretty close game after getting blown out in the first hill. We're going to go on board with Donnie. I think purple, though, is the most important spot to hold down on this hill. If Donnie can pick up these kills, they should be able to hold this for an extended period of time. You see it's going to be an easy rotation back into the hill. He's going to just jump out, check purple, and he's going to get taken out. So let's see. It's going to be up to Peebo to defend this hill. He's going to be able to get one. He has players pinching from both sides, but it's going to be Liquid winning all of these gun engagements here on the hill. It's going to be Peebo on a 5 streak. He's finally going to get dropped at the hands of Sharp. He's able to break it, but not before Liquid able to get a lot of timing. You subtract the first, 50 seconds that TK got in that first hill, right? Let's say that's an even hill and it's split, and Liquid would have played that a little bit better. This is a tie game, or it's a game in Liquid's favor.
Yeah, 100%, and this is why starts on hardpoint are so crucial. But it's not the first time where I've seen teams get sloppy on Biolab with the first hardpoint. They think, oh, we've got the worst spawns here, we're on the worst side, and they get a little bit lazy, or they try too hard. They play for the spawns so much that they don't actually go for the hill time itself. But obviously headed back into this first hardpoint in around this ring area. Now we're going to see if Liquid can break this hill. Neslo winning that gun battle. We are currently on board with him. It's being contested, gets taken out though by Theory, and this is better from Liquid. But look at the deficit. It's started to go in favor of TK again, and it seems like Liquid just go through these periods where they just kind of switch off and TK take advantage.
Right, they start to heat up for a little bit, and then you see TK start to light up the kill feed. I mean, for a little bit there, we saw, I think it was Neslo and Nameless both on 3 streaks each. It's going to be Donnie, though, in the hill for Liquid. He's going to be stunned out of his mind. He doesn't even get any kind of angle on anybody there. Kolga, he's going to run to the hill. He's going to be dropped at the hands of Neslo and Theory, and now you have all 4 members of TK on the hill. They're just going to stack this, hold it for the last 10 seconds, and look at the spawns they're getting for this next hill. You see Theory and Sharp both going to spawn up at Eskies. They're going to be able to hold this for the remainder of time, and you see Theory going to be on a 3 streak. He's going to have some big gunfights over here at Snow here once this hill pops up.
Yeah, spawns did go in favor of Liquid Gaming towards the beginning of that rotation, though, so this is a great opportunity for them to get some hill time. That's exactly what they're doing right now. Looks like Duke is going to be nading that outskirts area with that Semtex. Kolga's going to be bottom yellow. Duke blocking down this orange tunnel, and this is a fairly decent setup here from Liquid, but it's already been broken because it looks like so many players from Liquid are actually playing the outskirts of the hill. There's no 2 players, and I'd say you probably need at least 2 players next to that hill / in that hill to get the hill time, but we've seen this time and time again from Liquid, playing too cautiously with regards to playing for spawns, playing around the hill, but no one actually being dedicated to get that hill time. But we said in the first set of rotations, Liquid Gaming, they played for the scrap time too much, and they didn't go for that early rotation.
And nobody's around the hill to trade those kills effectively, right? He's going to go on board with Nameless. He's going to be rotating over towards blue. He's going to have one big gunfight. It's going to be Peebo there rotating early for Liquid, and you see some of the other members starting to rotate over now, but no, you need to have another player near the hill to be able to trade those kills. I mean, that's really, you want to rotate first, you want to get in the hill first, and then be in an area where you can trade those kills. Theory is going to pick up 2 in blue right away, but it's Peebo winning some gunfights outside and around the hill. It's going to open this up for Liquid. They're going to get control of it first, but not before Nameless just outguns him over there in the top corner of blue, and it's going to be TK able to hold this down. And, if TK is able to take the next 20, 30 seconds on this one, I kind of think this is game over. I think if you're Liquid, you need to break this immediately, and Nameless picking up some nice kills at range should be able to lock this down.
Yeah, well, it looks like this setup here from TK is absolutely spot on thus far, and that has got to be a game done and dusted. There is about 130 seconds left to play for, but I just can't see Liquid making a fight back. But, there was a time in this game, probably in the 5th hardpoint, headed into the 5th hardpoint in around Bio, that kills-wise, both teams were fairly even. No players going off, so to speak. But now, you look at that score. Neslo, 34 kills. Nameless, 31 kills. So 2 players on a 30 bomb here for TK. Then you compare that to Liquid Gaming. You see no player pushing 30 whatsoever. I mean, Kolga's the main slave for that team thus far, but that's not enough against TK. Or in hardpoint, you need to keep up with the other team in close games. And
it's not like Sharp's had a fantastic game. I mean, 21, 32, 0 captures.
Yeah,
they're not doing a lot of the OBJ work. Well, I mean, quite frankly, not doing any of the OBJ work. And then struggling in the slaying department. But I think it's also kind of a testament to how good Neslo and Nameless have been on this first map. TK 10 seconds away from closing it out, up about a little bit less than 100 here against Liquid, and this is a great start if you're a TK fan, right? This is exactly what you want to see. Theory playing like his old self, 29 and 23, 12 caps. Just Theory doing a great job in all departments. Nameless 34 and 27. 2 seconds away from this game ending. It's over. I think it's going to be a TK win here in map number 1. And I think going into the S&D, that's a do-or-die game for Liquid, right? I mean, they lose the S&D. This series is going to be almost impossible for them to come back.
Well, Well, to be honest with you, I'm a little bit disappointed in Liquid there, because there was a time where they were neck and neck. You know, they were literally 10 seconds away from taking the lead.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, it's like they just switched off. They're like, guys, we're almost level
It was
here.
what, like a 15-point game at one point?
Yeah.
Like a 10, 15-point game. Yeah. So Liquid did a great job hanging in there for the first half. I mean, Kolga goes 30 and 26. I mean, that's a positive thing to look at.
Yeah.
But other than that, not many positives to take away. It's going to be TK winning map number 1.
Yep.
Game number 2 is going to be interesting. I believe it's a recovery S&D, if I remember correctly from looking at that graphic.
I think so.
Can this Liquid team like win an S&D? I think, you know, just kind of thinking back to EU regionals, like the strong points of the Italians was their respawn game modes, not going to be their S&D.
Yeah.
So this one's going to be tough. They go down 2-0. They're probably not a. I mean, I'm just kind of going off of what I've seen in the past. They're probably not a great uplink team. This would put them really, backs against the wall. Yeah, no, not many Europeans are, but I mean, it would really put their backs against walls. This is a absolutely must-win map for Liquid.
Well, the thing is obviously we've said that the Italians' S&D game may not be particularly strong, but saying that, I'd say that this is probably the Italians' best chance to actually take a map off of TK, because respawn-wise, we've just seen the kill for kill, they struggle. They can't necessarily hang because, TK, they didn't have an amazing game. They were just doing enough. No player went off hugely. They were just doing their jobs, being consistent. But saying that, obviously, S&D coming up next. I think we're going to take another look at the maps as well on your screen. And obviously, if you look at the maps after this recovery S&D, do you disagree with me? Do you say that recovery S&D is their best chance? Or? Yeah,
recovery S&D is their best chance. I think Detroit uplink probably gets a little bit sloppy.
Yeah.
They're the really fast-paced game. Uplink, it's not like a hardpoint, right, where they've been playing hardpoint for a few years now. You know, they played on Black Ops 2. Yep. Now they're playing it again. It's a brand new game mode. It's one that they haven't gotten a ton of time on.
Yeah.
On a very fast-paced map, that's going to be all pretty much gun skill. Not sure that's going to go in their favor. And then, I mean, even if you look after that, right, they're able to win this one. They're able to force a game 4. You get Solar hardpoint at that moment in time. I mean, Kolga did some nice stuff with the AR, but they're going to need a lot more from everybody else.
Yeah. To be honest with you, speaking of ARs, I thought Nameless at times in that last map. I mean, Blue hardpoint in particular, he was essentially just trapping in Liquid in their own spawn, in and around the purple area. And it looked like he was just having fun. He was just like, yeah, I'll have a kill here, I'll have a kill there. And it looked a little bit too casual for him. So that's why I'm a little bit concerned.
Nameless has had a very interesting Advanced Warfare, right? Like, he started off, finishing the season on Ghosts with Envy.
Yeah.
Right? Coming into AW, you figured Nameless would be great. The beginning of the game, he was a little bit up and down.
Yeah.
Right? Wasn't really kind of the same Nameless. But now, I feel like over the last few events I've seen when he's been with TK, he's played really good. Now with the AR in his hand full-time, Nameless has looked back to normal. And jump on board with Nameless. Starting off this game, we're talking so much about him, might as well go on with him. It's going to be TK starting on the offensive side of things. Going to see a lot of A pushes on this.
Yeah.
Often. I mean, since it's come back into the rotation in North America, we see a lot of people try and force up the mid. I think that's interesting. I mean, just trying to put pressure and split the defense, but it's still so risky. I think, A, probably your best chance.
I think that's probably a strategy every now and then you should use. Just change it up. Not a strategy you should just use consistently. But we've already seen 4 kills go down here. So it looks like been a rapid start here from both sets of teams. Theory, though, left in a 1v2, as you can see on your screen. Liquid, both players up in and around this top jungle area. Theory locked down in this tech area. He's a little bit trapped at the moment. But fortunately for him, he is the bomb carrier. So, this 1v2, I wouldn't put it past him, to be honest.
No, and he has so much time, right? I mean, 55 seconds on the clock. Both members of Liquid going to hang out together, though. They're just going to spread out behind the 18. See one player all the way in the back, right? I don't think Kolga spotted him, so Theory should be able to get bombed down. We'll go on board with Kolga, and he actually spots Theory on the bomb. So you can definitely see, the way he was aiming that corner, he 100% saw him. Theory's going to jump up. He's going to challenge. So we'll go on board with Theory. It's going to be a 1v1. Theory against Duke. He's going to spot him, put a bunch of shots on him. 28 seconds left, though. Needs to make a decision. Is he going to go for the plant? What is he going to try and do here?
Well, that first kill, I think, was a little bit too easy for Theory, to be honest with you. However, it looks like Duke is making the right call here. Playing to time a little bit, but then obviously getting the bomb down. And it's just going to be...
Well, why isn't Duke going to check?
Well, it looks like he's going to check it right now, but it's going to be too little too late. He should have checked that at least 3 or 4 seconds ago, but easy kill for Duke there. Theory. Unlucky with COD timing, some would say, but good start for Liquid Gaming here. Fairly solid.
He killed him pretty quick.
It was a little bit of a melt, to be fair.
Hey, he killed him pretty quick. For a second, I thought Theory was going to get around the corner. He gets around the corner, round's over.
Yeah.
I mean, at that point, he just plays the clock, wins that for his team, but it's going to be Liquid winning round number 1 here against TK. Defensive side favored on this one, you would say, pretty heavily. So I think kind of what you expect. I'm interested to see what the Italians pull out on offense.
Yeah, 100%. Well, we've said that this map is particularly A-bomb heavy. Nades are going to fly in and around Dome already. Donnie just spotted someone in and around mid-street. Oh, just tags him out. Oh, gets taken down himself, though. So that's, once again, a very quick start to this round here. Peebo currently looking down that yellow area. Duke here in and around this Dome. He has been spotted, though, by Nameless. And right now, it looks like there's not really much tactics going on in this game. It's more just...
Oh, these teams are just running at each other. I mean, right now, you just have TK challenging the guys on Liquid, which... No, to be fair, it's the right call. I mean, you blow a team out in respawn. Yeah. You go into the S&D and you say, they couldn't contend with our guns at all. Why should we be scared? Let's just kind of force the issue. I know first round, the guys on Liquid answer the call. You see it's going to be Peebo trying to jump up, gets a snipe shot out, but he's not being able to pick that up. It's going to be Neslo flanking from the back. Duke left in a tough position. It's going to be all tied up now, 1 round apiece.
That was a nice strategy, though, from TK. They split amongst themselves. It was a 2v2, but obviously Nameless went one way, and I think Neslo went the other. And they literally just pincered in Liquid Gaming there, in and around that A site. And this is what he was saying. A-bomb is favored so heavily that, we've seen so many different strats throughout Advanced Warfare now, and it's just got to the stage where it gets a little bit predictable at times, and that's what the Italians were at that time. But, it is 1-1. Italians are far from out of this.
Let's go on with the Italians again. What do you think about that?
Yeah, go
for it. Never mind. Let's go on with TK. All right, let's see what happens here. It's going to be Neslo. Nameless actually has 1 player in front of him, last member alive, and that is such a fast round. The game doesn't even register. It's over that quick. It's going to be TK taking that 3rd round. That one was fast. I mean, Duke got sniped right off the rip, and then you saw 2 more kills come in favor of TK.
I'm going to ask you a question, right? You've just said that in respawns, Liquid just couldn't hang very well, and TK going to be very confident and be very aggressive. If you're Liquid, why would you run to them? Because
you're 100%
slaughtered.
You're 100% correct. I don't really know. I mean, you figure the easiest way. We'll go on with Duke. He has a sniper rifle, and well, the first things I learned with casting from Revan is somebody has a sniper rifle, you watch them for a little bit, because something crazy usually happens. But I think you're 100% correct, right? I mean, this Liquid team was getting outgunned all game 1. You come into this S&D and you figure, TK is going to challenge you straight up. And I think the way for them to really kind of make a difference in this S&D was for them to pull out some interesting strats, right? Like, use the sniper rifle in a weird spot that maybe you can be able to single out a player and pick somebody off. Use a smoke. Use some interesting strats. And just try and throw off the game of TK. I don't think you're going to beat TK, like, just playing straight up, right? Like, you're not going to say, you know what, we're just going to run at him and outgun him. Because you're going to lose. You're going to lose very fast.
To be honest with you, I think Liquid winning the first round was a little bit of... unfortunate for Liquid Gaming in some ways, because they tried being overly aggressive on the first round, and I think that caught TK by surprise, because they're thinking, we've just dominated you in respawn, why would you be so aggressive? But now they're trying to do the same strategy over and over again. It's not as successful as it was the first round, and obviously losing 3 rounds in succession, Liquid are going to have to change something up here. But as you can see, look at the line here from Liquid. Much more passive play, apart from 1 player going on a full flank here, but there's always a risk that you can get taken out here, and I'm just trying to see which player it is going for that full flank. It looks like he is in just outside of Dome, so Theory's got to be careful here. He's going to get taken out from behind. But Duke here pushing underground takes out Neslo, but this is better from Liquid Gaming, slowing it down ever so slightly, and I think this is the only way they're going to have a chance of picking up this match.
It was Duke on the flank for the guys on Liquid. It was Sharp making him play up the middle for TK. He gets absolutely blamed by Peebo. You have Theory answering with a kill on Donnie, just kills being exchanged all over the map. Theory, though, the hot hand in this game. 5-2 on a 4 streak. Donnie, not the hot hand in this game. Currently sitting at 0-5.
Yeah.
Looks like Theory should be able to get the bomb down. Let's see, who is this in the back for Liquid? It's going to be Peebo with the sniper rifle.
Is he gonna pick up a
Doesn't
kill
spot anybody for TK. He's going to have to wait for a teammate. Maybe even try and pick up another gun. Probably has that pistol in his back pocket. Not going to be able to just push this easy.
Oh, no, kill was stolen from Peebo there. Theory left in a 1v2 though, but look at this positioning here from Theory. Picks up the first kill on Duke, nice and easy, but Peebo, is he going to go for the defuse? Is he going for the defuse here? Is he going to hit it? He's almost got it. Is Theory going to challenge it? No, he's not.
Oh.
Great defuse there from Peebo, and fair play. That takes some guts to go for that.
That's such a smart play by Peebo. Theory right there. I think know what his mindset was, is he probably fires off that shot.
Yeah.
And Peebo jumps off bomb. I think that's probably how a lot of players in North America probably would have played it, to be quite honest with you. But Peebo just sat on it. And I think Theory was waiting for him to get off bomb and come out and challenge him.
Yeah.
And he just never did. And a smart play right there by Peebo, able to win that round. And then you see the guys on Liquid just trying to challenge right up the middle of the map. Two dead right away. Duke, he's caught out of position. Kolga's going to drop.
I'm confused.
There really isn't much to talk about that round,
You've lost 3 rounds on the bounce. You change up your strat, and then you win a round, but then you go back to the strategy which wasn't working for you. You got Peebo, who's just gone for a massive defuse there, and a massive play, and then he thinks, right, I'm going to run straight through the middle of the map with a sub on a map where there's already a lot of snipers. They tend to hang around the back blue door area. You're probably just going to get picked off, and that's what happened. And once again, round ends even before the game can comprehend it. So
yeah,
crazy.
It was Neslo and Nameless picking up kills in the middle of the map. And look at those 3 for TK. Theory, Neslo, and Nameless definitely came to play today. Sharp lagging a little bit behind, same as the respawn. Gotta wonder what's going on with him. Theory, he's going to get taken out from a nade.
Great nade from Peebo there, but currently looking at Donnie, who's 0 and 6. I'm thinking, oh my, I would not like to be in that booth trying to explain that to my teammates. But he does pick up the first kill there, and it looks like he is still alive. But Neslo, now left in a 1v3, is going to go for a nade on that A site. He's not going to hit one, though. It looks like there is a player top jungle. Neslo's been spotted. He's been tagged up here. He's not in a great position. Is he going to pick up the first kill? No, he's not. He's going to tag him up. He's going to get challenged from behind those. No way he's winning that. And fair play, Liquid still in this 4-3.
This is a huge match for Liquid. I mean, right, their tournament life on the line. This is the one that you figure they need to win. It's a must-win map. And they're hanging with TK. They've thrown some questionable strategies out. I mean, they changed up some stuff. Maybe they're able to squeak a few of those rounds out.
Yep.
But just 1 round away from tying this one up at 4 rounds apiece. See if Peebo's going to rock the sniper rifle here on offense. See what they decide to do. You'd like to see them maybe take a slow play, right? TK, is going to be aggressive. They're throwing those stuns. Just bait them out. They're going to come attack you. So Peebo's going to jump up top, try and get an angle with the sniper rifle. I highlighted Neslo. He's in actually position right around the corner from Peebo. If he misses this shot, Neslo's going to come out and challenge right away.
But Peebo's going to call that out and say there's a player pushing that mid-ramp area. And from that distance, Peebo! Oh, I feel your pain. Kolga's now left in a 1v4 here. It's not looking good for him at all. He's just
the chances of him winning this are, yeah, there was 0 chance that was going to happen.
No, but
I didn't want to spoil it. You were like really excited, but I told you there was no chance that was going to happen.
You never know. I'm a European. I've got to believe in the Europeans. I'm going to get hyped for them.
It was a 1v4. I mean, look at the spot he's in.
Yeah, very true. You've just got to believe, though, I suppose. But the thing is what I was thinking, obviously, during the previous round when Liquid won it, I thought if they win this map, although TK have dominated them on respawn, it would put
some
TK
pressure on,
under
right?
so much pressure. Like, guys, we've just lost a map to Liquid Gaming. We've never even heard of them before we came here today. So if Liquid can win 3 rounds on the bounce, it sounds so easy when we're sat up here in a nice warm. But if they win the next 3 rounds, the pressure is going to be on TK, and that's a great start from Peebo. Like, the carry is real from Peebo right now. He is playing so big at the moment. Theory though does get hit markers on Peebo. He's going to get challenged by 2 players. So he's going to pick. Oh, I thought it lined up for him there. But no, Nameless is now left in a 1v2, but that's going to be round done and dusted. Yeah, Nameless team kills Theory right there. Yeah. That's a little bit of a rough one. Kind of shades of last night's Game 5 versus Infused. Just some mental mistakes out of TK. And they're still 1 round away from putting it away, but these Italians will not go away. They have played great here in this S&D. They looked great through the first half of the respawn. This is a... we can't stress it enough. A must-win game for them. We don't think their uplink game is going to be as good as TK. You don't think so? You cast these guys all the time. I mean. Probably not. Uplink wise. So this is a must-win, and Peebo's going to get first blood right there. Huge. He's been great with the sniper rifle on offense and defense. I mean, just stopping pushes single-handedly by TK. We'll go on board with him. See if he can pick up another one. He's got Neslo here in the middle. They'd have Neslo pin. Now Neslo able to jump out of there. Peebo tosses a nade. Nothing connecting on that one. And they're playing this passive. I like that because, they know TK has been so aggressive. He's going to chuck a nade up. Not going to be able to injure Neslo. He kind of has an idea where he is, I feel like, though. Yeah, well, he's gone for 2 nades in and around that area, but he got very unlucky with that second nade. I thought he was going to get at least a hit marker, but, Neslo currently is around this top jungle area. But he's going to make a play here. But he's playing passively as well. I like this from TK because they're not just going to be baited out here. Sharp, as you can just see to the left and around the tech area. There is one player in between them, though. Big gun battle coming up. Sharp wins it against Peebo, the danger man. Oh, what? All these Italians. Kolga trades it up, though, on Neslo. It's now 2v2. This is such a big round for Liquid. Theory wins that gun battle though. Kolga left in 1v2, and that is game done and dusted. TK
gets fortunate right there. Like, Neslo starts to double back. Like, he saw that one player in front of him. Like, even if there's a player behind you, just jump over the 18, kill that player in the corner, and then worry about the guy behind you. I mean, there was no chance he was going to turn around and kill that guy.
No.
You should just challenge the guy in front of him.
Well, you know, I hate to roast individual players or mention individual players or anything like that, but, you know, Donnie, they're 2-8. Liquid, they would have had such a good opportunity to win that, but look at TK and the consistency. 3 players with 10 kills. How often do we actually see that?
Not often. Not often in a search and destroy. I mean, 3 players, you know, 10 kills apiece. You know, 10-4 from Theory, 10-5 from Neslo, 10-6 from Nameless. Peebo, though, was huge for Liquid. I mean, he almost single-handedly, like, forced that round 11. I mean, with the sniper rifle plays in the mid, just always in a good position. But TK wins map number 2 here against Liquid Gaming. Going into a Detroit uplink, got to get your thoughts. What do you think goes on in this one? Do you think it's a close one? Do you think it's kind of a wash in TK's favor?
Well, I want to be really optimistic. I really want to say Liquid, they're going to pull off the biggest upset we've ever seen. But I'd say that with Nameless in the form he is at the moment, and the past 2 games, he's just been, you know, his shot has just been T1, so to speak. So headed into Detroit uplink, if Nameless gets on that mid-atlas, if he gets some map control, which we all know he can do, Liquid are going to be in a world of trouble, you know, because... Yeah, I can't really put it any other way. I mean, there are positives to Liquid Gaming. Peebo is playing extremely well. At the same time, you know, when you look at the likes of Neslo on respawns, when he was on the hardpoint, picking up massive kills, Nameless, as we've already said, I just can't see a way Liquid win this map. I think they've just blown their opportunity with that S&D.
I think they needed that one to force that game forward. Don't think this one is one that kind of bodes in their favor. But we can take a look at the maps coming up. It's going to be Detroit uplink up next. After that is going to be a solar hardpoint. In our 5th map in this series, if it goes the distance, going right back to Detroit for search and destroy. So, game loading up now. We both kind of imagine, you know, TK takes this one, but always the chance of an upset. Liquid Gaming, they've shown great things in Game 2, in Game 1. Gonna be looking to see them really come up clutch here in Game 3. Like, they were only like a few plays off in Game 1 and a few plays off in Game 2 for really making this like a probably like a 20 to 30 point hardpoint game. They really fell off in the second half of that hardpoint. The first half they were really good. The second half not as much. And then I think in that S&D, you know, they're 2 or 3 decisions away, you know, going in their favor, like 1 or 2 gunfights in their favor from making that one a round 11, possibly one that could have went in their favor. So seeing some great things out of Liquid Gaming.
Well, you know, saying we're seeing good things out of Liquid Gaming, I've got to say that TK right now, they're not looking overly impressive. They're going big when they have to, but against better opposition, and I mean that with no disrespect at all to Liquid Gaming, but against your optics, your phases, or even the Infused, as we saw yesterday, they just don't look like they're on the right form to beat them. But this is a great start here from Nameless. Oh, no, he chucks. I thought he actually went for the one-pointer there. I think it just bounced back off, though. Neslo picks up a big kill in around the green area, but the
I thought Liquid was trying to run that away.
I think they were. That's what concerns me. I think
that's dangerous.
They were genuinely trying.
That's a bit risky right there. But I mean, hey, no, you're down. You're not favored. Might as well just try and make something happen, right? Try and do the impossible. Nameless picks up 2, 1 with the nade, 1 with the bow coming out of fire. He's got a player right around the corner here in garage. Not going to be able to win that gunfight. Looks like drone control going to go in the hands of the guys on Liquid, but not able to win those gunfights in the middle of the map. It was Kolga dropped at the hands of Theory. Neslo picking up some kills in the middle of the map as well. We're on board with Sharp, and Sharp's been the one for TK that he's really the question mark, right? Like, if you get a good game out of Sharp, they can contend with anybody. It's just really, like, you know, how he plays in Respawn currently right now on a 3 streak. Going to be that lead blocker for Nameless. Nameless, again, with the drone, going to go for a 1-point score. This time, going to knock it down. Going to put TK up 1-0 here. Neslo going to be watching the cross over here at school, and this is dangerous because it looks like the guys on Liquid are starting to slow the game down a little bit, and that'll play in TK's favor, right? TK's just going to strong-arm them straight through school. It's going to have to be Liquid who's going to have to make that first attempt, try and get drone control.
Well, the thing is this game started off with Nameless picking up a 4-piece in mid-street, just decimating, and this is what we're saying, the map control from TK, that's what's going to win them this game, in my view. However, it is only 1-0. Donnie is currently on the satellite. He's going to be running this through Garage. Nameless is mid-street, as well, or mid-atlas, I should say. But I'm not sure where Donnie's going here. I'm not sure. He went into garage, then jumped into pit, then jumped over pit, and then launched it. So that was a little bit of a weird play that has to be said. But Nuzzo's now going to pick up the drone. Sharp should pick up this kill from distance with that ASM-1, and the reset has not been played. And, you know, Liquid only 1-0 down after 2 minutes. I'm pretty sure they'd take that.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you know, 2 minutes, 45 seconds left in this game. Kolga and Duke picking up some kills. Kolga's got another one to his left in garage. He's going to win that gunfight. You see all 4 members of Liquid alive in the mid-street. Kolga's going to bring this drone, try and go through hospital. Has one player directly in front of him. He's going to drop at the hands of Sharp. Sharp knows he has a breakaway, right? Because he saw 4 members in the middle of the map. He's got 1 player to beat. Looks like he's going to go for the 1-point toss. Going to hit it. Great play right there from Sharp. You see Theory. He's going to dive into the opposing team spawn. Going to try and make something happen. Nezzo on your screen. He's going to pick up some kills there. Can Nameless beat this player on Liquid, get a 2-point play, and he does. Huge play from Nameless. Going to turn around, kill Peebo as well. You see TK starting to break the game open.
Yeah, well, as you can see, it looks like Liquid are in a little bit of a spawn trap now. 4 down consistently, which enabled an easy dunk for TK. And it looks like they're going to have an even easier one now, unless Peebo can go big. But no, he's not, as it looks like Liquid Gaming just cannot get out of their spawn. Duke has only just spawned in back green and does win a big gun battle on Theory. But Nameless with that map control, somehow gets taken out there through the pit wall. Not really sure about that whatsoever, but it is 6-0, and I wouldn't be surprised if TK can actually go on and finish this round 10-0. But saying that, Liquid's starting to get out of that spawn trap. Duke going to try and get some mid-map control, but, you know, at this stage, it's all about damage limitation for Liquid.
Yeah, now the drone, though, looks like... Oh, I thought TK was going to be able to get it. Actually, it's going to be Peebo stealing it for the guys on Liquid. He's making some amazing movement here in the middle of the map.
Oh, these Dukes
trying to beat players down. Don't really know what he was really going to do right there.
You've seen that twice?
Yeah, that was kind of crazy. Did he just throw the drone through the... all right, anyway, we won't talk about that. Go on board with Nameless, as he's going to be going for school control. He's got 1 player in front of him trying to go mid-Atlas. He gets to control a fire window. They should be able to get some more caps, but he's getting taken out. So, Donnie, the guys on Liquid, they're doing a nice job getting to the middle of the map, just not a nice job pushing the drone up the map.
No, and it looks like Kolga's actually running towards his own spawn, which was very risky, but it looks like he's going to be pushing this elbow. Should get around this corner into yellow here, so he's actually got a great opportunity to go for a 1-pointer here. If he jumps over this 18-wheeler, no, he's not. He's going to go for the pass. Should be a dunk here. 6-2, Liquid Gaming. That was a bit of a dunk out of nowhere.
That was a great play by Liquid. I mean, you know, they had 2 players in the TK spawn. They were killing them consistently over at Garage. They bring the drone all the way over that back 18. They're able to jump over, put in a 2-point play. Now Theory trying to put some points on the board here in the last 20 seconds for TK. He's going to get a pass off to Nameless. I don't think they knew Nameless was over there. He's going to get a throw, and Nameless, he's 0 for 2 in this one.
No, well,
I mean, he's like Shaq from the free throw line.
Well, Nameless, I think we'll give him some credit. He has been offering great map control for TK, but it looks like his 1-point throws have been a little bit windy at times.
It's like a player in basketball, right? They drive to the hoop, they get fouled. The drive was great, the intent was great, but then you can't hit free throws. So it's like, what's the point?
Yeah, but the thing is, if he wasn't doing well in his role, I know your role, damn it, but if he wasn't doing well in his role with regards to standing on mid-Atlas.
I love The Rock, so I kind of giggled a little bit when you said that.
I'm glad. I was hoping you get it, otherwise I'd just look a little bit...
Oh, no, The Rock is the best actor of all time. Well, that's a different conversation. Think about it. Everyone out there, think about your favorite movie, then think about The Rock starring in your favorite movie and how much better it is. Donnie's going to throw the drone down the middle of the map. He has 1 teammate who's actually been on the flank here. Is Peebo. He's going to get spotted out. So they tried like what TR did at Champs. Like TR would just get the drone and then just throw it down by that back trailer. Yeah. They would have 1 player flank through back alley. The intent was there. They got the drone there. Just that player back alley, I think it was Peebo, just hesitated a little bit. Didn't come out and challenge that 1 player. Kind of put a stop to that effort. But I like the thinking right here out of Liquid Gaming.
Yeah, but... you know, at least they're showing that intent to actually make these plays.
Right, they know they have the play. Yeah, I mean, they're just like 1 gunfight away every time, I feel like.
Yeah, they're not really getting those massive kills. You know, they're leading up to get the dunk. They're almost doing the difficult part, but when it comes to just finishing off the move, they just seem to choke a little bit. Sharp should hit a dunk here, 8-2 there. So the deficit is going to go to 6 points in favor here of TK, and right now obviously TK, it looks like they're just going to set up for this relay over and over again. It should, I think this, we said that in the first half. We thought Liquid Gaming might even get 10-0'd, and all of a sudden they hit a dunk out of nowhere, and it looks like they're going to need to do the same again. Donnie's just been naded though. He's weak, but he hits a reset, and that's a big play there from Donnie.
And they have control of the middle of the map. It's been Kolga and Duke slaying out in the middle of the map. And 22 and 15 out of Duke. Kind of gone silently, but I feel like they've always had one player, Liquid, who's done pretty well in the respawns, and then, you know, they just have some subpar performances from everybody else. It's going to be Donnie getting a reset there, but all 4 members of TK posted up mid-map. This looks like a perfect opportunity for a score once the drone comes up.
Yeah, you know, well, I've got to give a little bit of credit to Johnny there, as he did opt to go for that 15-second delay on top garage, and, you know, it enabled Liquid to actually get some map control, but it looks like they've just lost it here to Theory, and, you know, at this stage, though, if you're TK, you may as well just go for the delay every 15 seconds, every time you're...
There's no reason not to.
Although it's not the greatest to watch, so to speak, this is your tournament life on the line. You don't want to give any hope to Liquid Gaming. If you've got map control, just launch it out and just say, right, break us. And if you can't break us, then you're going home. Sorry. And, you know, Sharp at the moment locking down this pit area. I mean, looks like Duke is going to go... I don't know where he's going, to be honest with you. But, hey-ho, 8-2. There's still 2.5 minutes left. Liquid, they're not out of it, you know, factually, I guess, or mathematically, however you want to put it. But right now, it just looks like TK are just so comfortable. And once again, it goes back to looking casual on respawn.
Well, to Peebo, I mean, he picked up 2 kills in school. The drone is down in the middle of the map. Nobody was able to get it. So you see, you know, they have the players in position, just, you know, getting that actual drone control and moving it up the map. That's really been the difficult part for this Liquid team. Otherwise, I've liked what I've seen from them on all 3 of these maps. You know, they have a player in the back. It was Donnie. He was trying to spawn trap on the Humvee. He's going to get taken out. Koga, last one alive. All the members of TK flooding at him. This is going to be hard. He's going to be able to get one. Firing off nades, just trying to injure any player he can for TK. Not able to get anyone else. Theory, though, going to bring it to the middle of the map. He's going to go for a reset. And now the guys on TK going to start to slay out this middle of the map. It's actually going to pick up Sharp as well, just killing everybody. TK, right now, they're going to try and play for another reset. Drone going to spawn up here in just a second. Theory, set up for it, right on drone spawn. All 8 players alive. It's going to be 2 kills coming out for Liquid. Theory just getting that shot off, trying to bounce it in. It goes wide right. But now it's going to force Liquid to go all the way into the back of their base to get the drone. And look how far Duke has to travel.
Yeah, and he is just going to go for that reset as well, as Liquid do have some map control here, but, you know, trying to defend against an onslaught here from TK is not going to be easy, but Peebo wins a big gun battle there, misses the punch though and gets taken out by Neslo, and it looks like this is going to be done and dusted. I don't think Liquid Gaming have got enough time to get those 3 dunks that they require to take it to overtime, but Donnie here is on the drone. Kolga going to try and lock in a mini spawn trap here on TK. Donnie should hit this dunk though. Oh, gets taken out last minute though by Nameless, and that is surely all she wrote for this game.
And all 4 down for Liquid Gaming. And if you're TK, right, they're going to ring the drone up the map. Why wouldn't you just sat underneath your base for it? You got all 4 dead, make them come to the furthest point on the map, and then after that, just throw the drone off right when they get close. Would have forced another, maybe, you know, 10, 15 seconds have gone by. It's going to be Duke with the drone. He has 1 player directly in front of him leading the way. That's going to be Peebo. Peebo should be able to win one of these engagements. Going to take out Nameless, so he might be able to put in 2. He's going to put that one in for a dunk. Let's see if there's anyone mid-map for Liquid that can stop a reset by TK. It's going to be Kolga. All 4 members down for TK, but the drone going to be reset. And it's going to be TK taking this series against Liquid Gaming 3-0.
Well, I think that's what everyone expected, to be honest with you. Everyone watching the game, you know, would expect TK to wrap up the hot 3-0 against a Liquid side. But I don't think the score, you know, reflects what we saw.
It's a pretty close game.
Because TK really weren't on the best of forms. They did enough, 100%. But against a team like Liquid Gaming, fairly new at this level, you know, you'd kind of expect TK to just dominate outright, you know. I'd probably even say 100-point club on hardpoint, for example, on uplink, decimate them 10-2 or something like that. But all games fairly close, and it could have been a round 11 for Liquid Gaming in the S&D. So, you know, I think there are definitely positives that Liquid Gaming can take away from this. But I think that if TK want to go far in this tournament and get through to the placement stages, they need to up the game.
No, I think you kind of hit it on the head. It's a great win for TK. Kind of expected.
Yeah.
Liquid. You saw some impressive stuff out of them, right? They were able to hang in the S&D. The uplink, they were making the right plays, just, you know, 1 or 2 gunfights away from swinging in their favor. Then the hardpoint, they played it as good as you could have in that first half. I mean, they gave 50 seconds away on that first hardpoint, and they made it pretty close. It was like a 10, 15-point game going into the second rotation to Hills. Then TK kind of blew it open. But I think the story really, TK going forward, probably will play Infused again. You'd imagine FaZe beats Infused unless another upset out of Infused.
Yeah.
And in that rematch, you're going to need to see them play better. We can take a look at the stats here one last time before we go to commercial break. It's Neslo finishing 28-25 with a 1.12. Theory, 28-24, 1.17. No, Nameless, -2. Sharp, kind of struggling again, to be honest. I mean, didn't have really the best games in this series, but just doing enough in the OBJ department to really get things done. Then the other side, for Liquid Gaming, you had Duke 29-22. Kolga put up some good numbers all series long, 28-22 with the AR. Peebo and Donnie struggling a little bit. But guys, it's going to be it for us here at the Gfinity Summer 100K Championship. We'll be right back after this quick commercial break with our next match.